All I gotta do is put my mind to this shit. Goddamn. Cancel out my ex, I put a line through that bitch.
What is up, Sneaker World? It is your boy Sneaker Life, back with another video. Hey, I'm here with my boy Pound Cake, aka Alex. We're in his house.
Boy, if you don't get...
He's all about the SBs.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you bringing me in on this. Yeah, I'm trying to bring a little different view to the world of a sneaker life. Obviously, it brings a lot to the Jordan game, but maybe just trying to entice him a little bit over to the SB and Dunk AF1 life that I've been living for a long time.
And I mean, you guys know, I kind of like Dunks. You know, I have my Tiffs. The Lance Mountain, I love them because they're close to Jordan 1s, but that's as far as I'll go. But after checking out his collection, which you guys can see in my vlog, it is going to be the behind the scenes. It's pretty awesome just to talk to him and get to know who he is. What we're starting is a new series. It's basically about upcoming fashion, sneakers, just the hype. And we are going to be pitching this to a network. We're not going to speak too much on it, but it's coming soon. I'd really like to get you guys' suggestions about names for this series. So let me know in the comments below. So first and foremost, we're pretty much going to get into somewhat old news, Meek Mill and Drake.
Before we get into that, you mind if I interrupt you for 1 second?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to bring some more ideas and creativity to the show pitch that we're getting on. We'll bring a little bit more ideas to the channel a little bit later, but I just wanted on record really quick because I feel like you didn't give me a chance to explain. I just don't eat pound cake. Like, that's just like not what I do on like a daily basis. Like, I know I look like I do sometimes, but like that was cold as ice from it. I'm like, that's a good nickname for day one, but I just wanted on record that it's not all pound cake from here.
Today he's Pound Cake.
Pound cake today, that's it.
Shout out to Pound Cake.
What up?
If you like Pound Cake, hit the like button.
818.
If you don't like Pound Cake, still hit the like
Get the
button.
hell out.
So throughout this whole Meek Mill and Drake beef, who do you like?
It's so difficult, and I kind of liken it to like what you and I are going through right now. So like Jordan life versus like SB Dunk life. I feel like I'm the underdog in this battle because a lot of your followers, mostly all your followers, they're on that Jordan life, and I don't blame them. Jordans are great. I'm just here trying to support the underdog cause and show you that there is another art form out there, another beautiful shoe in SBs and Dunks and AF1s. So in that aspect, I'm on Meek Mill's side, but I gotta say, like, it's hard to defend something. That diss track was so bad. It was so bad. He needs a ghostwriter to pick up and really, it sounded like I said ghostwriter. Like, he needs Nick Cage to come in here and rewrite him some new songs. It's tough. Drake is so good, but like, have you heard Meek Mill's new album? It's so good.
No, I was busy throwing it in the trash.
Ah.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
No, it's so rough. Don't say that. Meek Mill.
All right. Honestly, I like 2 songs from Meek Mill. Actually 3. One's mainstream. You guys all know All Eyes on Me, correct? That's what it's called. Rico is dope because Drake is in it. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. And then I was talking about you with it in the car. What is the song called?
Cold-Hearted.
Cold-Hearted.
With Diddy on it, right?
Yeah. I thought Meek Mill was extremely real.
Do yourself a favor. Listen to Lord Knows. It's the first track of the album. It's super dope. You got to get through it. It's pretty good.
Hey, if you are Drake fans, you know Drake already dropped Lord Knows. So who's copying who?
It's a different track.
It doesn't matter.
So rappers have like the same. They have the completely different titles.
That's what Meek Mill is saying.
Lord Nizzos, listen to it on me. I'm all right. In the end of the day, Drake wins. I mean, you can't not say Drake won.
You saw OVO Fest. It was lit. We had the
So
Fresh
good.
Prince of Bel-Air, Kanye West,
My man.
and Drizzy Drake.
It's a no-brainer. It's just tough. You got to try and defend Meek Mill while you can. I mean, he might have got Nicki Minaj pregnant though, so that's a win. Drake didn't do that. He put his mind to that
So
shit.
far, we don't know that. You never know.
If the rumors are true.
So one thing I wanted to bring up to you, I think this whole Drake versus Meek Mill beef is a conspiracy.
Well, hype for what?
The OVO 10s that
Oh
are dropping.
man, do you think that like Meek Mill's in on it too?
I think he's in on it.
So you're saying that Meek Mill releases Dreams Worth More Than Money, and then Drake's like, all right, here's the deal, I'm not gonna tweet this, but then you're gonna get into some beef with me, and then I'm gonna get into some beef with you. I'm gonna drop this fire diss track, you're gonna drop this really not fire diss track, and then all my OVOs are gonna be hyped. Like they weren't gonna be hyped already?
Nike's sitting there signing that check, sending it out to Meek Mill, sending it out to Drake.
I will give you credit that if that ever comes out to be true, I will I'll get rid of all the SBs and I'll only wear Jordans from now on.
And I want you to shave your head.
Man, that's intense. I feel like that was a pretty sick bet that I just laid down. Like I got you like what? I got to get rid of all those Jordans and then I got to shave my head.
+1, you got to add it on there.
All right, fine. But if it's not true, you got to wear SBs for a week and then dye your hair pink.
It was at this moment that he knew.
Oh man, now the tables have turned.
The reason I think that is because the OVO 10s are dropping and it's going to be extreme. It's already hyped. But this whole Meek Mill just put Drake on top more.
I'll give you that. I mean, it's really because it's really put the spotlight on Drake.
Yeah.
Anything that's touching Drake right now, especially any collaboration he's doing with the giants at Nike, it's going to be absurd.
Yeah, it's going to be ridiculously hyped. And, you know, coming from someone that just collects SBs and loves them, how do you feel about the OVO 10?
I mean, honestly, I'm going to try and go after him myself.
Why?
I'm not trying to be, I mean, it's going to come out like a hype beast saying anyway. I'm not trying to be like that necessarily, but like, I don't always go after SBs that are just for the hype. I go after the SBs that I like. Honestly, I think that culturally and really in the shoe game, it's an important shoe to have.
Yeah.
And it's not one that I'm going to stock. I want to rock it because you got to let people know if you have that shoe. Yeah. And in me, talking like a guy that's got what, 3 pairs of 1s and 1 pair of 5s, it's different for me to like really want to go after Jordans, but I think it's a shoe that you kind of have to try and cop.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I want it just because Drake is dope to me. I mean, that's who I look up to. I'm inspired by him. So, which one do you like more, the black or the white?
Ooh, that's tough, man. I mean, black is so sick, but I think the whites look pretty
the
cool.
white is
I mean,
always clean.
it looks super clean, and that's coming from a guy who likes more of the color stuff and more color schemes anyway. All black, all white, you can't go wrong either way. I think you got to rock the all white in this case.
That nice little gold.
Yeah, a little tint on the inside. It's a clean looking shoe for sure, and it honestly, even though the summer's coming down, it's a dope summer shoe.
Exactly. So what do you think the resale price is going to be? Because I know this shoe's going to be hyped. I'm seeing on eBay they're going from $1,200 up to $7,500,
which is absurd. And we both wear a 13, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
That's a difficult size to get. We all know that. And the resale for 13s is always a little bit higher compared to necessarily like a 12 and 11. 9.5, you get some good resale value too. What do I think it's going to go for at the beginning, or what do I think it's going to be the final price?
Let's talk about both.
It's going to start out at, I think it's going to stay in that 6,000 to 8,000 range, especially for 13s. And that might be, I don't know if you agree. I think that 7,000 range for the first week and a half might be the real price.
Yeah, I mean, because they did drop in LA in those pop-up shops, and I've seen over $7,000. So, I mean, retail pairs, I think it really depends on how many they're going to release.
That's true. I mean, do we have an idea? Do we have a guess on that?
Everybody's saying Quick Strike, so...
Quick Strike is obviously, at least they're not doing a Hyper Strike version of it, but Quick Strike is pretty limited, obviously.
Yeah, but, I mean, what if they GR it?
Oh man, if they did a general release, and that price is going to skyrocket down, obviously.
Yeah.
And we've seen Nike do that in the past, especially coming from my world, for shoes that they're trying to combat with the bots and resale hypes. They're really doing a lot more general release, like the SB... Air Mags, they didn't think were going to be, they thought there was going to be a Quick Strike. That was a general release. There's a lot of shoes like that they're trying to do now. If they do a general release, that'd be insane. But even at the Quick Strike price, I think the true price is $3,200. That's what I would settle at.
I think that's fair. Because, you know, one shoe that I feel, if it was GR'd, you know, the LeBrons.
Oh, yeah.
That was an extremely hyped release, and they ended up GR'd.
Yeah.
And it's...
You can get them anywhere.
Yeah, you can. People are trying to get rid of them for retail, so... It would be crazy.
It'd be a slick move on Nike's part. Now, they also talked about doing that. We'll get into this another time. But they started talking about that in my world with the Air Mag, the new Air Mag they're going to release. There's rumors going around that they're going to do a general release of that. No one knows the retail price, but they might not make it that 2,500 limited pair that they did, or even less than that for the original ones in 2011. They might make that a general release. So if they do that with the OVOs, bold move on Nike's part, trying to give it out to the kids who, I mean, you remember what it's like. I mean, obviously you're still young, but you remember what it's like when you couldn't afford to get that shoe and you saved up all your money, and you're not going to pay $3,200 for the shoe now. No. But if you're asking me right now, true price, I'd say right around that $3,000, $3,200 range.
One of just a great. See, I told you about this earlier. I was going to talk to him about it. Drizzy Drake versus Kanye.
Not even a comparison.
But see, he's looking at it as an influential aspect. I'm talking about shoe-wise. Okay, let's say Kanye has the Yeezys. You know, Kanye is amazingly creative. It doesn't matter what he does, it's gonna be hyped, right?
It's true.
So let's say, you know, Drake is just touching on Jordan Brand. I mean, he's got the 12s coming.
Yep.
Of course, the 10s. We all know about those.
Yep.
But what if he had the opportunity to design his own shoe?
It could be pretty fire. I mean, like, honestly, and I don't know if I'm cool enough to say that, but it could be. Like, honestly, like, that would be an interesting concept. Like, Nike kind of gave Kanye, and Adidas has given Kanye kind of free reign on whatever he wants to do. And that's important for Kanye West because he's not going to do something that he doesn't feel like he can 100% do himself.
Yeah.
But I think you have an interesting point there. It could be pretty tough.
Yeah.
But let me throw something else at you from the shoe aspect of things. Nike, although they did it as a spiteful thing to Kanye West, did it the right way with the way they released the Red Octobers.
Yeah.
Random. No one knew it was coming. Here they are. Now they're gone. Small restock one day for some reason,
Yeah.
and then it was gone. That's the way, in my opinion, they should do the OVOs.
I don't like that.
You don't like it. I love it. I love it because that gives everyone a fair advantage. Everyone a fair advantage. You had no idea those Red Octobers were coming. I was sitting on my buddy's couch. I threw a remote at the TV because I saw it and I threw it because I didn't know what to do. Had it in my cart. Site crash. Not a big deal. Whatever. Not important. Kind of hurts. But if they did that with the OVOs, I'm telling you, they might break the internet again.
You really think so?
I think they'd be.
You think they're that hyped?
It sounds like it. We were talking about the comparison of it, and it's kind of like how I compare it to a shoe that's in my world, the What the Dorenbeckers, even though that's kind of along the Jordan route, but how they did it online first for them. Like the eBay step was another step for Nike that they've never done before.
Yeah.
And obviously we saw the prices fluctuate, but we're talking big money prices here. I mean, you never know what's going to happen with these shoes.
Yeah, and really, I hated the way. Do you enjoy the auction?
No.
Like the way they released it, because I feel like it's unfair.
I put a bid on it, I'll tell you
Yeah.
that, but I didn't like it as much as it could have been. It was an interesting risk for Nike to take, and I like that the 10% went to charity, as it always is, or to the hospital, excuse me, but it wasn't the right way to do it. I like the exclusivity of it. Like when I talk about my shoes, I like exclusivity. That's what I go for more, not to be the hype king of the world, but because I like it. I like the rarity. I like the thrill of that chase.
Yeah.
So only having, 13 pairs in the world or 15, whatever they did, that's crazy cool. But
And that's where people get it twisted. Like they say that you're a hype beast because you want the shoe because it's so hyped up, but a lot of people enjoy that adrenaline rush you get getting that sneaker and then knowing you have it.
yeah, it's not necessarily about buying shoes anymore. It's about the thrill of the chase. And we've talked about this a lot, and we'll talk about it more when we get more in depth into what we want to do. There's grails that I've been searching for 10 years now that I desperately want. It's not necessarily about obtaining the shoe anymore. It's about the chase of like, oh, did I finally find it? Did I get it? Is it the right price? Do I want to pay that? It's the thrill of the chase. That's what sneakerheads do.
You chase it, get the bargain, you have it, throw it on the floor, go after the next one. That's pretty much.
That's it.
So getting back onto the whole Kanye Drake thing as a creator for shoes, really, Alex, like you said, Drake may get there if he has an opportunity. It seems, Nike's really strict with what they do. That's one of the reasons Kanye even left, because he wasn't getting the full rights. As you know, Drake he has to do previous retros. He doesn't have his own design. So, that's one thing that I really wanted to know Alex's perspective.
He's scratching the surface. He's really getting close.
Yeah.
The hype is definitely there, and we've talked about it. There's not really that many celebrity shoes that have done well. Obviously, Big Sean's Adidas collaboration really didn't do anything. The Pharrell Stan Smiths kind of collabs. The Superstar Pack was cool, but Adidas is trying to kind of hype up their own brand. Nike was really the forefront of it, and you can see that with Kanye. Because even though, I know we're going to talk about the Boost.
Yeah.
We're going to get on the Boost. And obviously it's a great looking shoe. And they did a good job at Adidas, but they don't really, in my opinion, touch what Nike did with even the Wolves or the Yeezys or the Red Octobers or whatever you want to say. Any version of those three, the Yeezy 1s, the Yeezy 2s, or the Red Octobers, it doesn't really touch. It can't be touched, in my opinion, just like Kanye can't be touched musically compared to Drake. He's so much better. It's unbelievable. Believe in the Church of Jesus Christ.
He's a creator, okay?
Legend.
We'll leave it at that.
Hashtag legend.
So what I wanted to get into was the Yeezy Boost. Have you seen these?
I have seen them. I've held them.
Yeah.
I haven't put them on. I've heard very comfortable and very good things.
Amazing. So where did you see them or hold them at?
A friend of mine got a pair.
Okay.
And he enjoyed them.
Is that here in?
It was in LA.
Okay.
I was back home.
Sweet.
He loved them. I haven't talked to him since this video, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's got the blacks, if he's gonna try and if he got them or he's going after a retail. We'll talk about that another time, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
Loved them. Loved the look of them, and I'm not a big Adidas guy. I really like the look of these.
Yeah. And that's one thing that people just hate on these. They compare them to the Rocher, bro.
Let's settle this once and for all, because you and I are gonna be on videos together.
Yeah.
I know Rocher sounds better, but I've always been told it's Roshi Run.
Roshi.
Like Yoshi.
Yeah. Which everyone tells me in the comments, but I like Rocher.
All right, so do what you do.
We'll go with the name just to.
No, you go Rocher. I'll go Roshi, because I'm always right anyway. So it's good to know that we have this give and take.
Then this conversation will never end because I'm always right.
Oh, that's dangerous.
But I'll agree with him because I know you guys. Whatever he said, Rocher.
Roshi, like Yoshi.
Rocher is correct. Okay. Anyway, back to this.
Yeah.
You guys know a few days ago I dropped this random video at like 3 a.m. about the Yeezy Boost, the real versus the fake. You know, I got tons of comments. So really right now, I'm gonna see if Alex can figure out which one is real and which one is fake. They did a great job on these. Let me just throw that out there. It's scary. And the reason that I'm gonna drop this comparison video is to help people not get scammed. So,
yeah, you should put that out there. This video is not for the people that want to buy the fakes.
No.
If you're spending your hard-earned money, and we've all been there, if you're spending $800, $700 on a pair of shoes, you want it to be the real thing. That's what it's got to be. And I hope I get fooled by this, because I pride myself on being able to see fakes when it comes to SBs and AF1s, because contrary to what people think, they do make a lot of fakes of those shoes, especially the more relic grail ones. I want to get fooled by this shoe, because if it's that good, then you need to know what you're getting scammed on. That's why you can beat that system.
exactly.
Step one, if you got yourself a black box that says Adidas Originals, they're fake. That's step one. Like, if you're that dumb, then you gotta know. That's step one. If you got a black,
You should know the brown box by now.
so clean. All right, you mind if I give you back the box? Okay, that's fine. Ooh, they both look good, man. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do, and again, this is coming from a guy that really focuses on Nikes, but I would want to look at the stitching. That's always an important thing on a shoe. So when you look at the stitching on both of these, I'm trying to find ones that look a little more centered. To me, that always spells out a fake. So immediately, I don't know if I'm right, I'm gonna look really stupid if this is wrong, but immediately the shoes on the right look like they're a little bit more center stitched to me. And that is a sign that it might not be exactly real. Again, though, it's pretty impeccable. They're both pretty similar in design. Just to me, it stood out a little more that this was a little bit more straight, and that might be a little bit of a sign of like overdoing the shoe. The next thing I want to look at, I know, is that the actual inlay. I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera. Maybe it's a little dark.
Yeah, it's a little too dark.
But the Adidas Yeezy.
Here, let's get the flashlight.
Yeah,
on that.
that's a good idea. So like, as you can see on the inside of the shoe right there, Adidas Yeezy with the Adidas symbol. A fake probably wouldn't go into the level of detail that this did. It looks a little bit really well done. It's not over bolded. It's not all caps. Both of these actually, if we can show both, look pretty clean to me, pretty well done. And that's incredible to me, because like, I don't know if you can see that. But
Barely. Bring it in a little closer. Ooh. Sorry guys,
like
our
the-
lighting is a little
like
rough.
the Blair Witch Project right
Yeah.
now. Here you go. I'm lowering it down a little bit. And you can see that they're both pretty similar there. And that's pretty crazy that they would have the lettering that big. The next thing I want to look at is the tags on the back of the shoe. Fakes usually aren't as well done. You can see on this one on the right side right here. Is the focus looking right? Yeah, there we go. Tags pretty close to the back of the sole. That's an important one to me from this shoe, not knowing a lot about Yeezy Boost. And the back end, this one looks a little further away to me. Just that little back end. I don't know, that looks to me a little fake. The next thing I'm noticing on this shoe is the actual Yeezy itself on the underside right here. You can see, can you see? Let's get the light on that really quick.
Look at that daylight right now.
They both look pretty similar. Am I right?
Wow, I'm doing a terrible job right now.
My cameraman is doing a terrible job. They both look pretty similar. That's pretty crazy to me. Not too off-center, not too misbolded. It's a pretty spot-on comparison. That's crazy. The next thing I want to see, as I'm looking at my shoes here, is the tag itself. Now I know we're probably not gonna be able to show that to you. I don't know if I can.
Here, let me see.
That tag is important. Anytime on a shoe you see sample made in China, unless it is a sample shoe, and there are other ways to tell that, especially on AF1s, I can get into that later, that's important. This tag doesn't say sample made in China, neither does the one I can do, we don't have to show it. The other one says the exact same thing, made in China, sizes of all the shoes. That's a pretty spot on. It's pretty crazy how that's not in there. Usually that's like one of the giveaway signs. The undersole, I'll just tell you right now, you can tell there is a difference here. Now this is interesting to me. If you look right away, you can see on the Boost technology a different pattern of design. Now, I like this better because I didn't look at the underside of my friends. So I don't know which one was real. I like that better because to me, to me the left one doesn't look right. Pun. This looks fake to me. This doesn't look like the Boost technology that Adidas is putting in. When it's all said and done, and I'm putting my reputation on the line, I'm gonna say that this one is fake.
Alright guys, these fakes are amazing. But Alex said that this is the fake one. Now, these are literally spot on. Like,
you're killing me. Wait, is that the fake one?
this is the real shoe.
Ah!
This is the real shoe. So I mean, that goes to show they did a great job. Like, a really amazing job. And I will be dropping this comparison video for you guys soon. I mean, this dude knows everything about sneakers, and that goes to show.
This is pretty cool. This is pretty insane. Like, I'll tell you that right now. That's important. Like, obviously I look like an idiot right now. Pound cake got pounded. But it's important to know that because this guy, as I appreciate the compliment there, this guy knows more. And I'm taking it as a personal thing for everyone to know out there. I'm not trying to sound cocky, but if I got fooled, you can get fooled too. And there's a lot of things that you need to see, and this comparison video is gonna do it. Don't use it to buy fakes. Don't be that guy. If you're gonna spend the money on the real shoe. That's insane. These are so well done. This is the best fake I've ever seen. And on any shoe, Nike or Adidas. This is pretty insane. And you're gonna get what you pay for if you buy the fakes, but why would you? If you're gonna have to pay that much money, spend a little extra and get the real thing. Don't walk around in fake shoes. That's insane. This is an unreal fake.
Yeah.
Crazy, down to the letter. I mean, like, it's insane. And like usually that's where they give you dead giveaways, like on the insides, like with the writing or the tag or
even like on the inside,
yeah,
wrong pattern.
It's crazy. And the big thing for me was the stitching and the tag, dude. Like it's spot on. It's
even
unreal.
This is the same thing.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
But yeah, guys, there you go. Tricking a dope sneakerhead. These are on point. I can't wait to drop the comparison. Like he said, it's not for you guys to buy the fakes. It's to help those people that are really spending their hard-earned money on authentics. Because there's already people, the whole market's going to be flooded soon. Trust me. But stay tuned for that. Hey, Alex, I really appreciate you in this series. We have a little more to talk about, basically more in depth with what we plan on doing in the future, if you want to elaborate on that.
Yeah, basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to change the way that people view sneakerheads. And to us, that's a really big thing. And the cool thing about the two of us is that we're coming from two different worlds of the same game, which is something that usually, it's not like a blood crip thing, but you usually get in a little bit of a beef with that, like Jordans are better, SBs or Dunks are better. And we're trying to bring those communities together because we're just all people going after shoes, you know what I mean? Trying to support the world and support the game that we love. So we're trying to, there's a couple of cool ideas floating around. I know you brought it up before on your channel. Hopefully we'll be doing more videos like this together.
Of course.
There's a couple of cool aspects so that we can go, and we're in the works with it. I think we'll bring up a little more later. Basically it involves travel, budgets, and trying to find not just hype shoes, but grails and GRs that are just maybe you can't find our size. We know the plight of wearing 12s, 13s. Trust me, we know the plights of wearing 6s and 7s. It's tough to find out there. We're just trying to bring a little love to the sneaker world.
Exactly. Hey guys, I really appreciate you guys watching this. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until next time. Hey guys, if you want to see some behind the scenes footage, make sure to go check out my vlog channel. It is probably the dopest vlog I've dropped. It's a lot of fun. Just make sure to go check it out. The link will be down below in the description. Peace.